This is the lesson part of Unit 2, Lesson 3. This portion will talk about the triangle angle sum theorem, where the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. And again, these are the interior angles. Okay, so let's apply this. This should be review information because this is something that you did learn in 8th grade. So find the number of degrees of the unknown angle n and then classify this triangle. So n, or angle n, plus 112 plus 33 equals 180. And so we get angle n plus 145 equals 180. So if we subtract 145 from both sides, we get that angle n is 35 degrees. Right, so the second piece was to classify this triangle. So this would be an obtuse triangle. And notice that all three angles are not the same, so this is also scalene. Let's try a more advanced application of the triangle angle sum theorem. So even if there's algebra involved, we can still solve for the unknown angles. So notice all of these have the same variable, so we know that angle x plus angle y plus angle z equals 180 degrees because they are all the interior angles of the triangle. We have 2x plus 20 plus 2x minus 5 plus x plus 10 equals 180, and now we're at algebra. We're done with the geometry topic. So 2x and x is 5x. 20, negative 5, and 10 is positive 25 equals 180. So if we subtract 25 from both sides, we get 5x equals 155 degrees. And if we divide both sides by 5, we get that x equals 31. However, notice that's not angle x, that is x the variable. So we need to substitute back in 31 plus 10. So the measure of angle z is 41. 2 times 31 minus 5 will be the measure of angle y, which is 57 degrees. And 2 times 31 plus 20 will be the measure of angle x, which is 82. So, did I find all of the measures of the angles? Yes, I did. Remember that this x down here is just a variable. It's not the same as angle x. Right, so we can combine the knowledge of the triangle angle sum theorem with our knowledge of other angles. So let's do that in the space below. Right, use the diagram to find the angle measure for each angle. Explain how you were able to find each angle measure. So if we look at this diagram, we see that angle 1, and angle 50 are vertical. And we know that vertical angles are always congruent. So angle 1 and the angle of 50 degrees are vertical angles. Okay, let's find the measure of angle 2. Well, angle 2 is a linear pair with angle 50. Degrees, and so we know those sum to 180. So angle 2 plus 50 degrees equals 180, which means that angle 2 is 130 degrees. We now want to find the measure of angle 3 over here. We do have a triangle. This is a right triangle, so we know that the angle of 50 degrees plus 90 degrees plus angle 3 will equal 180. But as we talked about before, we already have this 90. So when I subtract that from the other side, we know that the angle 50 degrees and angle 3 are complementary. angles. And so angle 3 will equal 40 degrees. So you can explain that all the angles in a triangle sum to 180. This is a right triangle, so one of them is 90, and this is how he found angle 3. So you can use either of those explanations.